Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming. Today we're taking a look at Wicked Seed. Now this is one I came across sort of by accident. Looking at the thumbnail, which is the cover art of the game, it kind of looks like a smut game with a bit of action possibly, but it's really not. It's basically a survival horror game with just a thin layer of smut. There's like costumes and stuff like that, but nothing too revealing, shall we say. There's no parts on display, so you do have the dress up element, and there's some, you get some yoga pants and some short skirts and stuff like that, but nothing too outside the realm. It's a game made on the Unity engine by, I believe, one guy called Ryan, who's Dead Right Games, and it was released on the 23rd of January. I've been playing it. I'm on my second run through, and I gotta say, I am really impressed for like one guy to have done this. Graphically, you can see it's not AAA level or anything like that, but it looks nice enough. It gets the job done. There's a little bit of jank to it, but nothing you wouldn't expect outside of sort of an independent game. There's also a demo available should you wish to try it out before you buy. Now, buying it relatively cheap. It's currently 20% off until the 6th of February. So in the UK it's retailing for £13.19, at which point it will go back up to £16.49. So it's not an expensive game. Your first run through will probably take you between 9 and 10 hours ish. It does have New Game Plus, which is nice to see, whereas a lot of AAA games don't, and it has been compared to Parasite Eve, which is not a game I'm actually familiar with. I've heard of it, obviously, but I've never played it. The game itself is an interesting mashup, so obviously if I've made the Parasite Eve comparison and you're familiar with that game, you'll know where I'm going. But so basically you'll be running along, exploring, picking it up. You've got limited inventory, storage boxes, that sort of stuff, save points. So all the stuff you've come to expect from survival horror. And you'll run into arenas where you fight creatures. These creatures are ostensibly mutations caused by something that's happening in the surrounding area. But you can run around freely in real time, but when you go into an action in your menu, it slows the game down and you strategically pick what action you want to do, and you have to be good at timing as well. It starts off really easy, but pretty soon it puts you up against a number of enemies, and the enemies do different things, and it gets to the point where there's a lot of shit going on, so you're having to really pick and choose what you're doing. For instance, you'll have different types of weapons, but you'll have ones that take longer to aim. You'll have ones that need to be reloaded before you can shoot it. You can reload on the move outside of the menus, but you will slow down. You can exploit the enemies, so you can stagger them and put them on the ground, and while they're on the ground they'll take increased damage. You get an axe early on, which you can use to smash enemies on the ground for huge damage, or you can use it to try and block and parry if you get the timing right. So there's a lot going on in the combat system.
Hello?
You can also switch weapons via the menu. As before, you need to get the timing right, because you don't want to be in the middle of a weapon swap or aiming at another bad guy while something else is attacking you, because it'll interrupt your attack and you won't do any damage, you'll just take it. You also use healing items as well, obviously, in combat, and this is also done in real time, so you've also got to be on the move, but you will stand still and use the healing items. So it's all very much about learning the enemy, what they'll do, and when you should act. It's really quite strategic and a lot of fun. You do get different weapons as you go through the game. There's several handguns, there's a shotgun, there's a machine gun, all this sort of stuff you've come to see. There's nothing too ridiculous in it, but they're all good for different circumstances. Like the submachine gun will put out multiple shots, but it'll do less damage. There's also an upgrade system for both your armor, which you can pick up, and also your weapons. So you can go and spend scrap just upgrading the base ability of your stuff, so doing more damage, or using less stamina to use, or aiming taking less time, stuff like that. Magazine capacity. And you'll also get parts which you can then add on to weapons, which will do stuff like decrease stamina cost, cause stamina regeneration on kills, things like that. You know, just
Holy
little buffs
shit.
that help you going along
What
the
the
way.
hell happened here?
So the combat system is really in depth. It's really, really well done. I mean, this is like one guy. It's incredible for one guy. There's just so much to it. The voice acting is serviceable. I wouldn't. It's nothing that's going to win any awards or anything like that, but it gets the job done. It's kind of understated a little bit. There's no like really over sort of dramatized lines or anything like that. It's more a case of the lines are what you would expect in that situation. So the story is that you play Ella, who has been contacted by her brother to come and see him. You're basically going in blind. You're a PI, so you do come with a handgun, which is lucky because it comes in awful handy. Your starting handgun is good. In fact, I found myself still using that later in the game because of how quickly you're able to aim and shoot. So even
What the fuck
though
was
it's not
that?
doing as much damage, although you can upgrade it to do more, as I say, it is very useful because it's so quick, so you can get a few shots in and then take off running. Also, the stamina cost isn't great for shooting that, as opposed to something like a shotgun, which, while doing a lot of damage, takes a long time to aim and shoot, and also uses up a lot of the stamina, which you then have to just sort of wait to recharge by sort of avoiding everything. Monsters will also attack you almost immediately if you get too close, so you want to stay a little bit away. The monsters are really well done. They are quite well imagined. There's stuff that reminds me of other stuff, like there's a stinger thing, which is like a tentacle that comes out the ground and sort of wibbles about and throws poison at you or tries and slap you. It reminds me of something like Day of the Triffids. Something along those lines. And there's sort of scorpion type spidery things and frog like things, and they do different things as well. So every time you find a new one, you're like, oh god, what does this one do? Like, you'll have one that if you don't shoot the sacks out of, he's got like these pulsating sacks on his back, he'll call in reinforcements.
Hey, is anyone here?
When you stagger him, and if you don't finish him by the time he gets back to his feet. You'll have other ones that will heal their compatriots. Obviously, you want to try and take them out first.
These creatures
Things
must have
like
been
that.
following her.
But you do have, as I say, if you manage to parry, you can counter-attack for massive damage. If you manage to get the timing right, like if you time it so that they're attacking you, you're able to do more damage. And depending on the enemy, where you attack them from can also result in more damage and a stagger. Now, you do get a Bestiary, which has another good element to it, which not only details what they are and how they attack you, but as you kill them, it will tell you their weak points and how to best deal with them. And then once you've dealt with them, once you've completed the challenges, usually like do X amount, like stagger this enemy for 10 times or something like that, you will get a little passive bonus that helps you out. As you go around, you'll find things like blueberries and beer and things like that, consumables, which will actually increase your own stats. You will level up, which increases your stats as well. So it's really fully featured, and I'm quite surprised by the quality of it. It's currently set at very positive, but only with 274 reviews. So even though it's a very good game, I don't think there's enough people playing it. I looked online, and there's hardly any reviews for it. Certainly none from any of the big outlets. A lot of the reviews on YouTube and stuff like that are just of the demo, or Let's Plays. So, I mean, this is a game that really needs to be gotten out there, in my opinion, and I'm going to do my my best. I mean, I don't know if it's because well, it looks kind of like a Pervo game, which is only going to get clicked on by Pervos like me. But like, you know, it's not. It is a really well constructed survival horror game. Yes, there are costumes that you can either buy in a shop. You earn points for having gained achievements, like staggering a certain amount of enemies, things like that, dealing extra amounts of damage. You'll get in-game points, which you can then spend in the shop, which includes custom, or you can buy parts for weapons or armor, stuff like that. And other costumes can just be found around the game. You will also find different sorts of armor. You start off with just a tank top, then you get a leather jacket and a police vest and so on as you go through. These are also upgradable with parts. So it's just so full featured. And this is, I mean, I've played a few games where it has like the live action sort of pause for tactics sort of thing. But this is really hanging its hat on it, and I think it works well enough that I can easily recommend this. Certainly at the price it is. As I say, it's done by one guy and is cheap. It's a great game, and I would highly recommend it. Show this guy some love, go buy it, because he's done a great job so far. There's been 4 hot fixes, I believe, since it's been released. And, you know, it's just good. It's a good game, and I'm super pleased I found it and discovered it. There's just something satisfying about the combat system when you stagger an enemy and he's on the floor, you smack him with the axe and he melts away in front of you like, fucking yeah. Or getting through a particularly tough encounter by dodging everything. Dodging, there's no dodge button, you just literally run out of the way. Which the only times I've had problems is when I've sort of got cornered on sort of foliage. Sometimes the camera isn't so helpful in those circumstances, but it's a rare thing and it's only happened a few times to me. So yeah, I highly recommend the game. Well worth a purchase. It feels like an old school revival of classic horror, but survival horror. It has all of the hallmarks with this little tactical function, which, as I said, you know, makes a lot of comparisons to Parasite Eve, which I'm now thinking about playing because I like this game so much. I think I do have a GameCube game somewhere which is similar to it. Something mutations, something about mutants. I can't remember what it's called. But I have it somewhere. But yeah, severely recommend Wicked Seed. It's not a porn game. Some of the outfits, a little bit revealing, like there are swimsuits and stuff, but as I say, I haven't seen any that get any of the bits out, shall we say, so perfectly fine for anybody that doesn't want to see any of that kind of thing. And you don't have to buy them or dress them. Even when you find them, you just go into your items menu and you can change to whatever costume you want. If you want to wear a swimsuit or something that shows a bit of leg, you can. If not, you can just leave her in a default outfit and that's fine too. So yeah, really, really high on Wicked Seed. Would recommend. At the price it is, it's really a no-brainer. As I say, it does come with a little bit of jank that you would associate with an indie developer, but for one guy, man, and he updates and he's on the comments and you know he's interactive, he's doing all the right things. So I really hope this game takes off. It's very positive. I really want to get it out there, get the big boys looking at it, so you know this guy gets the success I believe he's due. Anyway guys, that's it for this week. Take it easy and I'll catch you next time.